Rappers are a strange bunch who live their life much like street gangs and other less wholesome characters. Rappers' lives include drugs, stress, violence, and a host of other issues which can shorten their lifespans and get them in trouble with the law. Once you rap, as a rule, you fall into a category where taking care of yourself and others is less important than street cred. Which rappers ended their careers too soon? We wanted to know more and went looking. This is what we found. Enjoy the video. These are the rappers that ruined their careers in seconds. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Mace went broke. Born Mace Durrell, he's better known by his mononym Mace. He's a rapper, songwriter, and minister, believe it or not. His 1997 album Harlem World was Grammy nominated and certified quadruple platinum by the RIAA. He also produced two other albums, Double Up and Welcome Back, which are both certified double platinum and gold by RIAA. Mace was also once known as Murda Mace, is more than $100,000 in debt. Mace took a several-year sabbatical from hip-hop. Maybe those years without an income caused his debt problems. Big Punisher suffered from respiratory failure and a heart attack at 28. The raspy and authoritatively voiced Big Punisher was only getting started in his career when he died. After his first verse in 1995 on a couple of Fat Joe tracks, Big Pun released his debut studio LP, Capital Punishment, 1998. A year later, he was all over Collective Terror Squad's The Album. Big Punisher had a series of solo smashes like I'm Not a Player, It's So Hard, and How We Roll, and crossed over to pop radio with guest spots on Jennifer Lopez's Feelin' So Good and Joe's Still Not a Player. Big Punisher, born Christopher Rios, was a large man. His size reflected in his stage name that led to what proved to be fatal health problems. According to MTV, the rapper started to rapidly put on weight in his late teens, and press materials claimed he was about 400 pounds. In the summer of 1999, he lost 100 pounds via a Duke University program, but left early and returned to old habits. Weight soon returned. In February 2000, authorities were summoned to his hotel room in White Plains, New York, and the rapper could not breathe. He was transferred to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. Per Westchester County Deputy Medical Examiner Dr. Luis Rowe, Rios weighed 698 pounds, and at the time of his death, and his heart had expanded to 3 times that of a normal, healthy size. Lauryn Hill went broke and had a terrible attitude. Lauryn Noel Hill was born May 26, 1975. She's a singer, rapper, songwriter, and record producer. She's regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time. She broke barriers for female rappers, popularizing melodic rapping and for helping to bring hip-hop to popular music. Hill is also accepted as being a pioneer in the neo-soul genre. More famously, she is known as being a member of the band The Fugees. Hill's solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, became one of the best-selling albums of all time. Hill has influenced many artists of various genres. In 2012, Lauryn Hill pleaded guilty to tax evasion. She was almost evicted from her home. She was sentenced to 30 days in prison and has since apparently paid her back taxes in full. In an interview, Hill said that she had gone underground and had rejected pop culture's climate of hostility, false entitlement, manipulation, racial prejudice, sexism, and ageism. Apparently, she had rejected paying taxes as well. Mac Miller died of drug overdose at 26. In 2010, Mac Miller wrote an auspicious debut wave with the non-ironically titled mixtape KIDS. He was just 18 at the time. That spawned the hit Knock Knock. And in the following year, his first proper studio album, Blue Slide Park, topped the Billboard album chart. For the rest of the decade, Miller was among the most popular and prolific voices in hip-hop, producing for other rappers, starring on the TV series Mac Miller and the Most Dope Family, and releasing 4 more albums and many memorable singles such as Self-Care, Donald Trump, Loud, SDS, and The Way. Smash hit collaboration with his romantic partner at the time, Ariana Grande. On September 7, 2018, a friend found Miller in his home in California's San Fernando Valley. Paramedics arrived to address what was believed to be a cardiac arrest and pronounced the rapper dead at the scene. Toxicology report from the Los Angeles County coroner ruled that Miller, who had also endured blunt force trauma to his head and injuries to his nose, died from an accidental overdose of cocaine, alcohol, and the powerful painkiller fentanyl. The rapper had struggled with addictions in the past. Benzino had a career-ending feud with Eminem. Benzino and Eminem's beef stems from the former giving the Marshall Mathers LP a 2 out of 5 mic rating in the source. Rappers angrily responding to negative reviews is rarely flattering, but M managed to speak to the shadiness of Benzino simultaneously being a rapper and began running a hip-hop magazine. In the end, disgruntled rapper trumps colluding self-promoter, especially when Eminem is on the mic. Benzino was never a huge star as an MC, but his profile plummeted after he released an Eminem diss track, Nail in the Coffin, in 2002. Turns out that the track was actually Benzino's nail in his own coffin, as today, nobody really knows who he is anymore. Lil Peep overdosed on drugs at 21. Raised in Long Island by educator parents, Gustav R. moved to Los Angeles and in 2015 became one of the first and most vocal voices of the SoundCloud rapper movement, performing and posting bedroom recordings on the streaming service as Lil Peep, his childhood nickname. The rapper struck a nerve with his extremely personal songs about mental health issues and other sensitive subjects, combining confessional hip-hop with sounds and backing tracks from the worlds of emo and alternative rock. Lil Peep's career would ultimately last only about 2 years, consist of numerous independently released recordings, including the commercial hit Come Over When You're Sober Part 1. On the evening of November 15th, 2017, Lil Peep was supposed to perform at a two-song club called The Rock. It was discovered in his tour bus and he was pronounced dead on the scene. According to the New York Times, a toxicology report later issued by the Pima County Office of the Medical Examiner would rule that the rapper died from an accidental overdose of an anti-anxiety drug, Xanax, combined with a powerful prescription painkiller, fentanyl. Juice WRLD overdosed on drugs at 21. Jared Anthony Higgins, more commonly known as Juice WRLD, made a big impact on hip-hop in the late 2010s. In 2018, he released his first album, Goodbye and Good Riddance. It reached number 4 on the Billboard album chart, while also generating the huge hit singles Lucid Dreams and All the Girls Are the Same. His second studio release, Death Race for Love, performed even better, cresting the Billboard 200. Juice WRLD was a productive musician, released an additional 9 extended plays and 2 mixtapes, all before he turned 21 years old. Then, less than a week after he hit that milestone birthday, it was all over for Juice WRLD. The rapper exited a private plane at Chicago's Midway Airport in December 2019. While walking through the terminal, he suffered a seizure, blood reportedly coming out of his mouth by the time paramedics could treat him. A few hours later, he was pronounced dead at a hospital. The rapper, whose music was laced with references to his use and abuse of substances, died from an overdose of codeine and oxycodone, according to the Cook County Medical Examiner. 50 Cent also went broke as a rapper. These days, 50 Cent is not even worth 50 cents. He was born Curtis James Jackson III on July 6, 1975. At his peak, he was a rapper, songwriter, television producer, and actor. In the hip-hop industry, he has been described as a master of the nuanced art of lyrical brevity. Over the course of his career, he made a massive $115 million from hit albums like Get Rich or Die Tryin' and his numerous business ventures, which made him the 5th richest rapper at the time. It seems like he's going to have to die trying to stay rich. He blew all that money and filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in July 2015 with a debt of $32 million. He recently posted a picture on Instagram where he took a selfie next to stacks of $100 bills which spelled the word bro, which he claimed was fake money. Takashi 6ix9ine went too far. Extremely controversial rapper Takashi 6ix9ine was charged with racketeering and several other charges and arrested in November. The rapper is facing at least 40 years in prison and is unable to make music for obvious reasons. Love him or hate him, 6ix9ine was a controversial rapper and many listened to his music. 6ix9ine was associated with the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods, a division of the street gang The Bloods, which was reflected in much of his music, particularly in his song Gummo. Aside from the charges, 6ix9ine was unlike anything we've seen in music before, not only in his style of rapping, but also in how he projected himself and how he dressed. The man was controversial, yes. Given the impact he had, his absence leaves a big hole in the rap community. For his role as a witness for the prosecution in the 9 Trey Gangsters trial, 6ix9ine has been near universally condemned and ostracized by other members of the hip-hop industry. Although he has enjoyed some commercial success since his release from prison, Hernandez has effectively been blacklisted from major streaming platforms and radio. That concludes our list. What do you think? Feel free to leave a comment. We hope to see you back again. Until that happens, take care.